Georgia 69178, Illinois 031.0058339, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington 237926, Heidi Cycle Points DBO 1666881, Arizona 101648.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.
Hello and welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux and I have got Heather Barkley Kilpatrick with me today. How are you doing, Heather?
I'm great. How are you, Deb?
I'm good. It's been a couple of weeks since I've had you on.
Heidi's back.
Yes. Heidi was on a good couple of weeks. We're going to start rotating, I decided.
I think that is a great idea.
I do too. So we're going to have you on. We'll have Carrie on. We'll have Cindy on. We'll have Heather on. So we'll kind of rotate you guys through.
Okay.
I think it's really important for all of our listeners and our followers, our watchers of YouTube, to be able to see you guys, especially because when I'm busy, then someone will make an appointment. They'll get you.
Right.
Or they'll get, Cindy or Carrie or, even talking with Heidi. And so I think it's really important that they really get to know you guys too. Yes, I am Debbie. I'm the mortgage mom. But you guys are obviously part of my team and experts in your field. And so I just want to make sure that everybody gets to know you guys as well as the same, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously I want to talk to as many people as I can. And anybody listening, if you guys want to talk directly with me and only to me, that's okay. But I want you to feel comfortable talking to anybody on the team. So I'm going to actually get you guys rotated in here. You're going to each do one every 4 weeks. So we're going to get to see you guys live and live and proud.
It's funny because I literally had a call the other day and she goes, I heard you on the radio. And I said, and she says, it's really that easy to get you? I said, oh, absolutely. Because she's like, she goes, I called and they put me through to you. And I said, yeah. She goes, I thought I would get somebody that I've never heard. And I said, no, you get us direct.
Yeah.
It's either Debbie, me, Cindy, Carrie. It's one of us.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. So, and that's a good point, right? It really is not difficult to get through to us. We're doing this show to give you the education and information that you need to make sure that you're making the right steps forward for you and for your family. And so you need to talk to somebody. And I've got to tell you, I am so frustrated. I know we've talked about it, in the past. I bought a house. Now I've, decided I needed to do like one thing turned into a complete renovation, which is what I always, every time. And, when you need to talk to somebody, you're like trying to talk to Lowe's, you're trying to call Home Depot. You can't get them on the phone or then, hold on, let me transfer you. And then they hang up the phone on you. And so
definite hold with crappy music.
Yes.
Bad music.
Yes. It's terrible. So, that is something that we pride ourselves that that's not what we're doing. If you call in, if there is nobody available, we're going to schedule you an appointment. You're going to have a call back within 15 minutes. We're taking calls not around the clock. Around the week. Okay. Around the week. We're taking calls Monday through Sunday. There is not a day that you cannot get somebody live on the phone. All you need to do is actually schedule an appointment. If it's a Saturday or a Sunday, very easy. You can call the office. You can get online. You can go to mortgagemomradio.com and you can book that appointment yourself for a time that works for you. And it's usually about, 15 minutes is about what you're going to wait unless there's other people that have booked. But you're going to find an appointment on that day that you want to talk to somebody. Or you're going to call into the office Monday through Friday. And we've got all of us, myself, Heidi, Carrie, Heather, and Cindy, all taking phone calls every day of the week. So there is somebody that is available within 15 minutes for them to call you back, if not an immediate transfer. So I just want to make sure that you all know that. I think that was a really good point that you just brought up, was that yes, it really is that easy to get through to us and to get the information that you need. How do you guys do that? So there's so many ways to get a hold of us, right? What's the first thing that you would say?
Call.
Exactly.
Call.
Do you know our number?
Oh, gosh. 844-935-3634.
You did it better than Heidi.
Success. I know it's We Lend, 1-844-We Lend for you. Heidi,
That's right.
I've taken the main podium.
I put her on the spot last week. She's like, I don't know our number. It's 844-We Lend for you. That's WELEND and the number 4. If you guys call that number, it's the office. If you text that number, you're going to text the word mom to that number, mom. That is going to get you guys a link once a week to be able to watch us live on Wednesdays at 1. And I've got a big announcement about that as well here coming up in a minute.
Very exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
Very,
It's going to
very
be great.
exciting.
But you're going to get a text message when we go live. You can call that number and you can get somebody on the phone. If it is after business hours, we even have a call service that does answer 24 hours a day, and they can book that appointment for you. You can go to our website, go to mortgagemomradio.com. You can book your own appointment right from the website. If you don't see a day or time that works for you, there is a contact us form on the website that you can send me an email, or you can go direct. It's questions@mortgagemomradio.com. I will get you booked for a day and time that works for you. So just email me and let me know. And the last but not least is if you guys have our phone app, you can actually book an appointment right through the phone app. You can email right through the phone app. You can call right through the phone app. Our phone app is really awesome. No, you cannot get it from the App Store. You are going to get it by texting mom to that same phone number. So one more time, what is it, Heather?
844-935-3634.
That's right. 844, we lend for you. That's WELEND and the number 4. So what I love is that my dad jumped on. He says, hi guys, at work today. Good for you, Dad. You keep that up. Keep making that money so you can keep building those boats. And Heidi, she says, whatever, LOL.
I'm queen of phone number.
She's queen of the phone number. I mean, it's, Heidi's queen of the loans. We'll give you queen of the number.
Only thing that I can take over.
The only
Heidi.
thing
She's
that,
amazing.
only thing that Heather's
Absolutely
queen of. I'm totally kidding.
I know.
Totally
It's
kidding.
okay.
Anyway, so this is Mortgage Mom Radio. What do? We bring you guys all the education and information that you could need so that we can get you guys started towards purchasing a home, refinancing your property, selling your home, pulling cash out, paying off debt, all of the things that you need to know, all of the important things that are going on with the economy, loan limit changes, forbearance situations. So we're trying to bring all of this information to you, and you can find it all in multiple places. So number one, you can find it on YouTube. Many of you are watching us do this live, and we love that you are. Let us know that you're there. Say something in the feed. Tell us how you're watching. Ask us your questions. Interact. That is what this show is all about. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, you guys can ask us questions, and we want to hear from you. So please make sure that you guys do that. Number two, obviously, we're on radio on Saturdays and Sundays in all of the different markets that we service. So we should talk about that really quick. I want to make sure that you guys all know that when you are listening to the show by radio, it is pre-recorded. We are doing it live from the studio on Wednesdays. And again, I've got a big announcement on that we'll talk about in a minute. But if you want to be interactive, you want to ask questions, and you're not quite ready to pick up the phone and get the phone consultation, then you need to watch us do it when we're doing it live. The best way to know that we have gone live is to subscribe to our channel. So go to YouTube, go to Mortgage Mom Radio. We are the only Mortgage Mom Radio. Don't forget the radio. And subscribe to the channel. Click that bell so that it turns on your notifications. And that way, whether you're looking at your phone or you're on your computer, you're getting it by email, you are getting a notification from YouTube that we have gone live. With that big announcement is that we are going to be changing the way that we do the show. Currently, we do 1 hour on radio, which translates to 1 hour on YouTube once a week. Instead, I'm going to try to make those a little bit shorter for you guys. I know it's really hard to get to a YouTube show and think that you're going to sit through an hour to try to find the information that you're looking for. So we are going to start going live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we are going to do like 15 to 20-minute shows. That way, our producer, Mr. Drew, can go in and pull the 3 shows from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to send an hour show to radio. So we're going to try to make it a little bit more YouTube friendly and make it a little bit easier. Plus, if we're on different days of the week, then more people can actually join in, interact, ask questions, all that good stuff. So I do want to make sure that you guys know the most important thing to know we went live. Subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. I would absolutely love it for all of you that are watching if you guys would give us a big thumbs up on the video. That really does help our algorithm as well, and we really do appreciate it. So we are going to get into some big stuff. Well, second way to know is if you text mom. To get the phone app, you need to get the phone app. You got to text the word mom to 844 We Lend for You. That's WELEND and the number 4. When you text mom to that number, you will get a link, which will give you a link to the phone app. You can download that. It's got some great calculators, YouTube, podcast, phone, email, anything you could possibly need. Mortgage Mom Radio is on that phone app. But you'll also once a week get a link to watch us live. So if you'd rather get a link, then YouTube lets you know. You guys can do it that way as well. So we're going to take a super quick break. And when we come back, we've got a really great topic today. We're going to start talking about the holidays, spending money, Klarna. What's the other one?
Afterpay, they're buy now, pay later.
Right. Buy now, pay later. You're seeing it all over the place. It's coming up. So we are going to take a super fast break so we can take a quick drink of something, wet our tongues, and then we're going to come back and start talking about the good stuff. We'll see you We'll see you in a minute. All right. Welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux. This is Heather Barkley Kilpatrick, and she is on the show with me today. She is one of my loan educators and loan officers, and she is just as brilliant as I am. So I love having you on. Thank you so much. All right.
Hear
so
that, Heidi.
Yeah. Well, Heidi's more brilliant than all of us, so let's be honest.
I know.
All right, so welcome back. What are we talking about today? We're going to start talking about the holiday season. And what sparked my interest in this is that I was actually reading an article the other day, and it was talking about how our Cyber Monday and our Black Friday were the slowest that they have had. I don't know if it was in forever, but it's been in years, right? They were the slowest, holiday, big shopping event days. Black Friday is always giant, right?
Right.
Slowest one in years. However, they are actually anticipating that this is going to be a record-breaking year as far as sales go. So I wanted to talk about that because number one, I think that there was a lot of concern early in the season that we were going to not have enough inventory. A lot of people did actually get their holiday shopping started sooner.
Right.
So they a lot of places like the big, Best Buys and Williams Sonomas and, I'm seeing all of the ads come out, right?
It seems like they start earlier every year.
They did. They started Black Friday specials at the beginning of November, right after Halloween, right? It was already big Black Friday specials. But a lot of people actually started shopping earlier because they were concerned about the possibility of not being enough inventory, supply. Yes, exactly. Supply issues. So
it's nice to know that you have that gift in your hot little hands versus even with Amazon. I ordered something yesterday, something simple, a week for delivery.
Yeah.
And not prime one day.
Right.
So it's nice to know that you have that gift in your hand. Get it early.
Right. Absolutely. And I wanted to say thank you so much. We've got Franklin. He jumped on. He says good vibes. Franklin, so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Please, if you have questions, throw those into the feed. This is an interactive show, and we want everybody to be talking to us throughout as we do the show. So thank you so much for throwing that up there. And again, please feel free to ask us your questions. But so anyway, so what they're saying is that we started shopping earlier, which is what made Black Friday and Cyber Monday not nearly as big as what they've been in the past. But they are expecting this to be a record-breaking year as far as sales go. Now, one thing that they did say, though, is that this is also going to be a record-breaking year for the people that are buying now, paying later.
Right.
And so I thought it was really, really important that this being a mortgage show and a lot of people, a lot of our listeners are homeowners.
Right.
I want you guys to hear this because it's very important to understand what you are getting into. So some of these buy now, pay laters are the Afterpay, like you mentioned, Klarna, Affirm. Right. I know that Amazon has a buy now, pay later. I know that PayPal has a buy now, pay later. I don't know if they all go through the same, channel as far as the Affirm or Klarna or who they're using. But I can tell you that every single thing that I have bought, because I am doing a renovation on my home, so I am definitely buying way more than usual. Every single purchase that I have done, I have had that option come up in every single checkout.
Yeah.
So it is very important for you guys to understand what you are getting into. And so we do want to talk about that today to make sure that you understand that you're getting into holiday debt. It might seem like $20 or $30 that you're going to spend on a monthly basis, but that is going to all add up really, really quick, especially if you do quite a few of those in your purchases, right?
Yeah.
Right. Kind of ugly. We did have Catherine jump on. She says, couldn't refinance with my income and my husband consulting. He is now consulting and working part-time along with my part-time job. Will we now qualify? So Catherine, there is a chance that you could qualify. I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what your loan balance is today. I don't know what your property value is. I don't know what your credit score is. And you could absolutely throw those into the feed for me right now. But again, being in the studio, not having a calculator, not talking with you on the phone, knowing what kind of job that you have, what is that part-time pay, and truly actually crunching the numbers, it's difficult for me to answer that, right here on the spot. But what I can tell you is that if you were self-employed previously, so you said your husband was consulting and you now have actual jobs that are W-2 jobs, most of the time, and I'm going to say most because sometimes the answer is no and it depends on the situation, but most of the time we can actually take that income and we can use that income even if there isn't a 2-year history, as long as you have a history in the same field. So definitely I would say that if your circumstances have changed from what you were told before, I would 100% give us a call, get on the books, schedule a call with one of our Heathers, Carrie, Cindy, or myself, even Heidi possibly, but get yourself an appointment and talk with one of them. Let's see what we can do. If your husband is still consulting, he is, self-employed. If he's been doing that for a couple of years already, we might be able to look at an option such as a bank statement program for you where you're not necessarily qualifying by tax returns. So there are options, but again, it depends on your credit score, your value, your, loan balance, the job you're doing now, the job you were doing before. Are you still doing those jobs from before? So we really do need to talk, off camera. But I would definitely reach out. Don't give up. Keep talking to us. Let us tell you what you need to do so that you have a game plan rather than just a no. You want to know, okay, how long do I need to be at this job for? When would be the possibility? Do I need to possibly increase my credit score so I could do that self-employed bank statement loan? So there's things that you need to know, and that's where that consultation and that education comes in. So definitely call the office, get on the books, talk with one of us. Let's go through the scenario before. If we've talked with you before and we were the ones that told you no, hopefully you knew why, but now that circumstances have changed, let's talk about how that might change the answer. So again, very, very important. Call the office. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. It's WELEND and the number 4. Or go to the website, go to mortgagemomradio.com, and you can book that appointment right through the website on your own. Pick a day and time that works for you. But Catherine, thank you so much for the question. That was a great question. And I hope that everybody listening can understand that we want to give you guys the information that you need. And the best way to do that is with a consultation. And we do not bite. We are not pushy. We are not going to make you do anything that you don't want to do. We are not going to hound you with a million phone calls. We are not going to hound you with a million emails. We are truly here to try to create the relationship, help you, get you started, get you moving in the right direction. And we really hope that that relationship evolves into us doing the loan for you. That is how we keep our doors open. So reach out, please, guys. We definitely want to help you. Diane jumps in. She says, hi, ladies. Diane, thank you so much for watching. Still waiting to hear from your son. Can't wait to help him out when he's ready to make that purchase. And really quick, I actually started right before our quick commercial, and I didn't say it. So let's talk about the states that we're in so that people listening, right?
Good idea.
Because we have a lot of people in California that are moving. We have a lot of people that are in Illinois that are moving.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of Illinois go into Florida. We've seen a lot of California go into Arizona and Nevada. We've seen a lot we've seen people are going to Washington. People in Washington seem to want to stay in Washington, and I don't blame them. It's beautiful there.
Yeah. Oh, so green.
Yes, but let's see. Where are we at? We're in Washington,
Oregon,
Colorado, Idaho, Nevada,
Arizona,
Texas,
Tennessee, Georgia, Florida.
Did we get them all?
Illinois.
Illinois.
I think was Cindy working on Hawaii?
Yes, Cindy was working on Hawaii, so I think we're around the corner on that one.
Mhm.
So anyway, so if you're
And if
looking,
we're not in a state, let us know.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
I have no problems doing classes.
Did you say Oregon?
Yeah.
You did say
We're in
Oregon.
Oregon.
You're good. You're good. Did you say Idaho?
You said Idaho.
I did. All right. Well, there you go. So if we didn't mention a state that you are thinking about moving to, give us a call. Like Heather said, send me an email, questions at Mortgage Mom Radio. Ask me if we're in the state where you're interested. We do want to help you. If we're not in the state where you're looking at, we can get you referred off to somebody who we do trust that is licensed in the state that you need. So we want to make sure that you're taken care of where you're looking and purchasing, buying, refinancing, all of that good stuff. So Diane jumps on. She says, I referred a girlfriend to you. She has been working with you a lot. Oh, I love it. She says your team. So that is fantastic, Diane. Thank you so much. I don't know if she told us that she was referred by you, but I'm going to reach out.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Yeah. And Diane says that she said we're all awesome. So thank you so much.
you.
I'm going to pat Heather's back for that one. All right.
I'll
So,
take
right.
Yeah.
Let's go into a quick break. And then when we get
Okay.
back, we're going to keep talking about these Affirms, Klarnas, Afterpays, all that good stuff. And
Buy
if anybody,
now, pay later.
buy now, pay later. So let's take a very quick break and we'll be right back. All right, and welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux, and this is Heather Barkley Kilpatrick today as my co-host. And we are talking about holiday debt and getting yourself into holiday debt and the fact that the buy now, pay laters are up 50%
Crazy.
this year, 50% from the previous year. And so I think it is definitely very important for you guys to understand what does that mean to you. I think that the advertising that you see in big, bold letters can lead you to believe that you are possibly getting 0% financing. So I think it's really important for us to talk about.
Yeah.
And the fact that so many homeowners have so much equity in their house today, it gives us that opportunity to talk about, hey, we get it. It's super simple. There's no hard credit pull, right? It's a soft pull.
Soft pull.
And they are approving you on the spot, and you are buying the product right now, and it is shipping out right now. So you have what you need to give your Christmas gift. But let's talk about where you're going to be at after
January.
Christmas, right? Exactly. Or after the holiday season. So you did a lot of the research.
I did.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's talk about, is it really 0%? How does that work?
So some of the companies do one company that I found, and I looked at probably over 5 of them, had a 0%. The majority of them, even the one that I saw on Amazon, was anywhere between 10 and 30%. I kept seeing that 30% on there. But it's misleading because when you go on, it says, oh, qualify with 0%. It really isn't.
No.
It's like having a credit card. But instead of like you saying, oh, I'm going to have forever to pay this off, it's you have 2 payments, 4 payments, 6 payments, 8, 12, depending on how much the item is. And some of these prices were crazy. And some of them you would buy a $1,000 item, but if you have 30% interest, it's now $1,300. And I don't think people understand that.
Right. Well, and so I want you guys to hear what she said. So it says 0
Correct.
to 30, right? So it's going to depend on when they do the soft pull on your credit, what your credit score is, what they actually approve you for, which is why Heather is saying that it's similar to a credit card. You can get the credit card, you're pre-approved in the mail that says, 0% balance transfers and all that stuff. And then when you actually apply for the card, you find out that your interest rate's 24.99, right? So a lot of you will be paying interest on your goods, even though you thought when you signed up for it that it was 0%. They have to make their money somewhere. Right? Somewhere. Yeah. So it's going to be the very top-notch, best of the best with barely any debt, highest credit scores that are going to be getting the 0%. And quite honestly, if they have very little debt, they probably buy everything in cash anyway.
Yeah.
So just be very, very cautious of looking at what those terms are if you decide to try to buy something in that way. Yeah. We did have Nancy jump on. She says, hello to the sharpest women in mortgage and real estate.
Thank you.
Nance, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And I love that you're watching the show. I actually have my Aunt Lori. She jumps on. She says, hi, Aunt Lori. Great to see ya. You haven't been on in a minute. It's actually been a good amount of weeks since she's made
got
it.
on
So
the last time because she got called out.
that's right. Exactly. No, that was my Aunt Pammy.
Oh, yeah.
That was my other aunt.
Yeah.
Again, you guys, this is an interactive show. We want you guys to do it with us live when we're in the studio. Coming very soon. Start next week. We're going to be doing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday live. We're going to always do it at 1 o'clock, but you've got 3 different days, and we're going to do about 15 to 20 minutes instead of an entire hour. That way, maybe it's a little bit easier for you guys to jump on, interact, catch a show here, catch a show there. Best way to know that we have gone live is to subscribe to the channel. So go to YouTube, search Mortgage Mom Radio. Please do not forget the radio, and make sure you guys click on that subscribe and that notification bell so that you get a notification from YouTube when we go live. If you want to get a link from me when we go live to your phone, you can text the word mom to 844 We Lend for You. That is WELEND and the number 4. It's 844-935-3634. Text the word mom to that number. You'll get a link once a week when we go live. I'm not going to send it out 3 times a week. So if you want to know on Monday or Tuesday when we're live, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. Carrie jumped on. She says, hi, ladies. Hi, Carrie. Thank you so much for watching. Carrie's going to be on the show next Monday. We're going to be talking all about mortgage insurance and when does it fall off if you just let it go naturally, or how do you get rid of it if you don't want to wait? What happens if you order an appraisal, property value's gone up, but you haven't paid the mortgage down? So we're going to have lots of great subjects that are coming. We're going to do 15 to 20 minute shows, and that way they're a little bit easier also to go back maybe later. If you miss one, you can catch up and you can watch a 15, 20 minute show a lot easier than an hour show. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. If it doesn't work, then we'll go back to our once a week, our hour once a week. All right. So back to these affirms, Klarnas, afterpays, right? All that good stuff. You know, we've got to talk about, so there's a very good chance you're going to end up at a 30% interest rate.
I think it said the average interest rate was 24%.
There you go.
Which is equal to a credit card. And even though you're like, well, okay, it's a soft hit, it is a soft hit, but where it's a little bit different that it seems is that on a credit card, you kind of have a 30-day grace period. So if your payment's due on the 1st and you forget because you're busy and you make it on the 15th, you're fine. With these buy now, pay laters, they're giving you 7 days. And if you're late, they report that to your credit report.
So they're doing a soft pull. They're not reporting the good payment history. But if you are late, they are going to report the bad payment history. So again, these are things to really keep in mind. Yeah. The other thing is that you've got to keep in mind the monthly payment. So I don't know if you did any research on how much would the payment be if you bought something for X amount. Did you happen to look into that?
No, they don't do it that way.
Okay.
So the way that they give you, like, when you read their user terms and all their information, it's like, well, if you buy for $1,000, you're winding up paying $1,383. You know, it doesn't tell you here's what your monthly payment is, and they don't tell you right away. They tell you based on what the purchase price is, and sometimes they said they don't know the tax, so they estimate the tax. So if you're in a state like Oregon, I don't believe has state tax. I don't know if they're just going to let that go or if they're going to be like, oh, 10% extra. So you kind of got to get that worked out, too.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that by the time that you actually do the checkout, they're probably not going to charge you for the taxes.
They charge you for the taxes until it's actually done. It was kind of interesting.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
I didn't understand it.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's just pretend, though, they do everything right. They don't charge you for what they shouldn't, right? And now we've got something that you bought for a couple $1,000s that's on a 12-month payment plan. Now you have, I don't even know what that is monthly, but let's just call it $70 or something a month. And then let's say that and it's got to be more than that. I mean, if you take 2,000 divided by 12, but let's just call it $70 a month. Now you take
so
4 or 5 of those.
How much are we saying?
Let's say you buy something for a couple $1,000.
Okay. So
and it's 12 months.
So on here, I've got total amount of $1,343 on 36 months. Your monthly payment is $37.33.
$37.
But if you go to 12 months, your payment is $92.82.
Okay.
$100.
Yeah. All right. So now let's say that you do 3, 4, 5 of these purchases this year because it was so easy, right?
Yeah.
It's all of a sudden adding up. And let me just tell you that when I do a mortgage for you, if you have $400 or $500 in outside debts, I mean, that's the same as a car payment, guys.
That can make or break it.
Right?
Yeah.
That can make or break what are you going to qualify for. It can also make or break whether your family can it's cash flowing. Are you able to afford what you have? Okay, well now now you're down $400-500 in cash flow a month. What does that mean to you? Well, now all of a sudden we're going to start using credit cards. And before you even know it, now you've run your credit cards up. You thought you were doing the right thing by signing up for the buy now, pay later, not putting it on your credit card, not running your credit card balance up. But now you have these minimum payments that you didn't really budget into your cash flow because it was a very quick last minute decision. I really wanted to buy that. Ooh, $100 a month looks good, right? And now all of a sudden you're tapping into your credit cards because that's what you need for the cash flow to make it, because you had never really budgeted it. That's, in my mind, these buy now, pay laters are really not something that you're sitting down, you're thinking about, you're budgeting it out, you're making sure it's like spur of the moment, right? And you're like, ooh, that looks good. It's $100 instead of me giving up a couple $1,000 that I have in my account, or a couple of $1,000 that I don't want to put on my credit card. But before you know it, you're going to end up going to that credit card because you're going to fall short in your budget every month. And so again, something that you guys want to be very, very careful with. And we want you to think about your equity in your home, the interest rate you're paying on the debts, and maybe when these holidays are over and you gave that gift, we need to talk about getting all of these things paid off, because it is definitely going to bring you into a bigger crisis than what you expect on one little tiny buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to snowball.
It seems like, oh, I'm going to buy this at 0%. I'm going to buy this at 0%. I'm going to buy this. And then when you're getting the bills, you're realizing it's not 0%. Maybe one or two of them are, but the majority of them aren't. The Best Buys, the Amazons, not that I saw it. People might be like, oh, why did Heather check this out? I'll tell you guys why. My refrigerator died. I've been looking for a new refrigerator. They're sitting on the boat now in Long Beach. But I got an option that said affirm. And I was like, what is this? Because it's like 0%. I'm like, oh, well, you could buy a $2,000 refrigerator, $3,000 refrigerator for 0%, and I can just make monthly payments on it rather than putting out a big chunk of money. When I got to reading the fine print, that's not really what it was.
That's not really what it was. And then I'm reading articles and I'm saying, we really need to talk about this. And then holiday debt. And oh my goodness, everybody needs to refinance and pay off this holiday debt, especially when you're hearing it's going to be one of the biggest years that we've had, record breaking year as far as sales are concerned. That means more people have gone into more debt. It's a record breaking year as far as when people actually started shopping. You didn't all run out on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Good for you. But y'all started at the beginning of November, which means you're already starting to make these minimum payments on these buy now, pay laters, because we're 50% increase over last year with how many people have signed up for that for the purchases that they've made.
Yeah, but I think you had a good point too. A great point is that it's not even just Christmas. Look at your remodeling your house. I don't, buying floor, buying grass, buying paint, whatever. So it's not just holidays. It's like if you've been doing stuff on your home and you've taken advantage of it, now you're like, oh my gosh. And the point of the whole thing is if you have equity in your home to cash out, it doesn't matter if you have $3,000 of debt or $5,000 of debt. What are those monthly payments, and can we make them lower for you, more manageable for you, and get that debt paid off?
Right. Well, and especially right now, while values are high, and interest rates are still low. So again, everybody got so spoiled in hearing interest rates in the mid twos, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there are people that took advantage and got 15-year fixed interest rates at 1.99, and this is last year, 2020, right? We all have been saying that rates are going up. Have they started to go up? Yes, they have. But interest rates are still very, very, very low threes, right? Just you're throwing your money away if you have a ton of debt that is at 24%. We have a blended rate calculator, which we're going to talk about when we get back from this break.
Love that thing.
The blended rate calculator is absolutely awesome. We're going to talk about that for all of those skeptics right now that are listening to the show and saying, but I have a rate that's 2.75 and I don't want a 3.25% interest rate. We're going to talk about the math. We're going to talk about how the math doesn't lie right when we get back. See you in a minute. All right. Well, welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and this is Heather Barkley Kilpatrick.
Hello.
and she is one of my loan educators and loan officers here at Mortgage Mom Radio. And we are giving you guys all the education and information that you could need. If you were joining us live on YouTube, you'd be able to put it into the feed, interact, ask your questions, tell us that you're here. If you haven't told us that you're here yet, please do so. We'd love to know. I've got a comment from Drew. He says, looking forward to working on the new format of the show.
He says that now.
Yes, he does. Very informative show, by the way. Thank you so much, Drew, and I'm so excited that you were willing to work with the new format. So as I had mentioned earlier in the show, we are going to start doing a YouTube Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, rather than one show on Wednesday for an hour. So if you guys do want to know when we go live, I'm going to try to keep it at the same time every single day to keep it consistent. That is 1 o'clock Pacific time, so you guys can tune in. Go to Mortgage Mom Radio on the channel. So go to YouTube, search for Mortgage Mom Radio, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so that you do know when we go live. You can jump in, you can ask questions, you can interact, you can see what we're talking about that day. If it's something that benefits you, fantastic, stay on, do it with us. And then Drew has been nice enough to say that he will take each of those shows from the 3 days and combine them together for radio for Saturday and Sunday. So Drew, thank you for being willing to do that. And I am excited as well. I think if we can do 15, 20-minute shows, I think it's a little bit easier for people to tune in and to get straight to the nitty gritty of
the meat
of the show for that day. And then, and then move on. So I'm looking forward to it too. I'm not looking forward to having to do my hair and makeup 3 days a week. That is for sure. And now that I told my husband this morning, I'm like, I have to do my own hair and makeup today. And he said, why?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, because my girl had a baby. And he goes, well, how dare she? I said, I know. I said, I told her, I'm like, I can do it myself. I'm just lazy. So I did my own hair and makeup today. But anyway, so I'm not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to being able to get to the meat of the information, get you guys more information, do it more often, have you, Carrie, Cindy, and Heather on Heidi. Sorry,
Heidi and I are like interchangeable.
It's Heather, Heidi. It's the H's.
Everybody does
and
it.
her sister's name is Heather, which
Heather.
really messes me up with the two of you.
It was
So
popular in the 70s.
It was definitely popular in the 70s. All right, so back at it. We're talking Affirm, we're talking holiday debt, we're talking blended rate calculator, and this is something that I want you guys to hear. Again, if you want to get yourself a free consultation, best way to do that, go to mortgagemomradio.com, book yourself an appointment. If you do not see a day and time that works for you, send me a message through the website. There's a contact us form. I will get that email. I will book you for a time that works for you. So if you need little earlier morning, little later evening, more than happy to accommodate. Please just let me know. You guys can also always call the office. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844. We lend for you. You want to spell it, Heather?
WELEND for you.
And the number 4. Number 4, not FOR. Number 4. All right. So get yourself an appointment. Talk to us about it. Let's go through that blended rate calculator. So let's talk about what is it, right? Okay. So the blended rate calculator is very, very cool. All of my girls have the access to it. And what they do is you get together all of your debts. And trust me, I have seen quite a bit come across my desk. But I love doing it, right? So what we want you to do is we want you to send an email. And even if you guys don't even want to call, you just want to send an email to me, to Debbie, you're going to send it to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. Questions@mortgagemomradio.com. You're going to send me an email, and we're going to work on this blended rate calculator. And this is for all of the skeptics that say, I don't want to lose the rate that I already have.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do is you're going to pull together the statements that you have for all of the debts that you have. So you're going to pull together the statement for your credit cards, for your Affirms. What's the medical
Car
one that we
payment.
see a lot of people have?
The medical.
Yeah, there's one. Somebody's going to remember it. Carrie's going to jump on. She's going to give it to me. Heather's going to, or Heidi's going to remember it. But a lot of people have it. It's for, like if you wanted to get braces or you had a medical bill that you need in it. I'm spacing on it.
It's like the care card.
Care credit.
Yeah.
Care credit. There it is.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to send me your care credits. You're going to send me your Synchrony banks. You're going to send me your Amazon account. You're going to send me your credit card bills. You're going to send me everything that you have. You're going to send me your car loan. A lot of times I try not to include car loans because they're short term. They're 4 or 5 years. Many times car loans have a pretty decent interest rate on them. But either way, you're going to get together all of your statements for all of your debts. you're going to get together your student loans, okay? Student loans.
They're starting to come due.
Yes,
January.
they are. Yes, they are. Your deferments are gone
They're
in
gone.
January, guys. You're going to have to start paying these debts again. So if you went and got a bunch of buy now, pay laters, and you start getting those hit in January, and then the
Yeah.
student loans that you haven't been paying for over a year, all of a sudden those start to hit, you're going to find yourself in a situation where your budget is just gone to the toilet. So we want to make sure that we're helping you guys. So you're going to send an email to me, or you're going to get yourself an appointment. You're going to talk to Heather, Heidi, Carrie, Cindy, and you're going to send them an email. And what you're going to do is get together all of the statements. We need your statements because I need to see your balance. I need to see the interest rate that you're paying on that balance. I need your mortgage statement. I want to see your balance today, and I want to see what your interest rate is today. And I want to see when was your loan originated and how far into that mortgage are you. Again, the math doesn't lie. We're going to put this all into a calculator. We're going to put in we're going to call it what it is. Synchrony Bank, $2,500. Interest rate, 24.99, right? We're going to put it into this calculator, and we are going to calculate what your blended rate is. What are you actually paying on all of your debts combined? What are you paying on your mortgage by itself? How much interest will you pay on the mortgage based on where you are at in that mortgage that you have right now today? How far into that loan are you? How much interest have you already paid? How much interest do you have left? If you start a new loan at a new interest rate, how much interest are you going to pay over the term? And if you keep your credit cards separate, how much are you paying monthly? And how much are you going to pay in interest? And when are you going to get those paid off? We're going to go through that calculator with you. I cannot convince you to do a loan that doesn't make sense. Math doesn't lie. So the best thing you guys can do is reach out to us. Let's take you through that blended rate calculator. Let's see if the refinance makes sense. There is a very good chance, and I'm going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, even if your interest rate goes up by 0.5%, 3/4, even 1 full percent, most of the time, it actually makes more sense to do the refinance and get the debt paid off for your cash flow, for your interest, for all of it. But maybe it doesn't for you.
Right.
Maybe it doesn't. And again, we're not here to tell you whether you should do it. We're here to show you the information and let you make the decision if it makes sense for you to do that transaction. Right?
And they don't have to include everything. So if they do, if you provide us with your information and maybe one card has a balance of like $1,000 and you're like, that's a 0%, I have another year on it. We don't have to include that card.
Right.
It doesn't have to include everything. So you can kind of pick and choose, but usually most people just do everything because it's easier, but
Right.
For sure.
Well, and that's why we want them to send us everything. We want you to send us that car loan, even though we're probably going to tell you it doesn't make sense, right, to include it. But we want you to send us everything. Gather every single debt that you have. And again, this is for homeowners. If you don't own a home right now, there's going to be another show that is meant for you. We need to get you into a house. You need to buy a home. They're talking, there's inflation, obviously, but they're talking another 15 to 20% in increase, right? In
it's not
equity.
slowing down.
It is not. It is not. There aren't enough properties for sale.
No.
It is not slowing down. There's not enough homes in the country for the amount of people that we have. The prices are on the rise. It's going to cost more to build a home. So again, if you don't have a home right now, there's another show for you. Head over to our Mortgage Mom radio channel and start on my playlist which is Home Buyer Workshop 2021. And I will make a Home Buyer Workshop 2022 next year, guys. So be prepared.
A couple of weeks away.
It is a couple of weeks away, and I have to actually start that series over again. But we need to get you into a house, and a best way to do that is to start with the workshop series. So go to Mortgage Mom Radio on YouTube, go to the playlist Home Buyer Workshop 2021, and get yourself started and start binging those shows from the beginning to understand what it's all about. What do you do to get started? How do you get started? How much money do you need? And all that good stuff. We will have a show for you, but that is not what this show is about. This show is about buy now, pay later, homeowners that have equity that should be cashing out money to take advantage of that to pay off debt for better cash flow, paying lower in interest rates, and all of that all that
so
happy stuff.
So I think it's kind of important to kind of give, maybe you want to do this, an example. Like
Yeah.
if your mortgage is right now X amount of dollars, say $2,000 a month, and you're paying $1,000 a month in credit cards, that's $1,000, every month. You could maybe refinance and get your mortgage to like, $2,200 a month or $2,300 a month, and no more credit cards. Now you're saving $700 or $800 a month.
Sure. And if you're worried about what you're putting on your balance of your mortgage, and you
Right.
take that $700 a month and you apply it to an additional, that much more per month towards that mortgage, right?
It's going to chunk it down.
Oh, and it will, and it will do it really, really fast. So again, those are all things that we're going to take you through. That is what the consultation is about. Again, we don't bite. We're not hard sale people. We're not pushing you to do anything. We're not calling you 150 times. I swear, I promise. We are not emailing you 150 times. I swear, I promise. We are just making sure that we give you the information so that you can digest it. And then if it makes sense for you, you're going to move forward and you're going to do a loan application, and we're going to get you started towards, having a little bit of weight off of your shoulders. And I'm telling you right now, with the things that I'm reading, with what is happening with this holiday season, we're going to have a lot of you that are going to be feeling that pain come January. So
And
rather,
it's stressful.
and it is stressful when you've got that monkey on your back, you've got that weight on your chest.
We've been there.
We have, absolutely. I mean, I'm starting to feel it with my renovation. I'm like, stop, I didn't sign up for this. It is hard. So we want to try to make we want to make you more comfortable. We want your cash flow to be better. We want you to pay less in interest. And I don't want you to feel paralyzed because you refinanced last year and you got this really low rate and you feel like you're throwing something away if the rate goes up.
And rates are still really low.
Oh, they're
so low.
Oh my goodness, historic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, guys, an
Such a
average interest rate
misconception.
over history is like 7.5 or 8%, right?
When I bought my first house and you did the loan,
Yeah,
a long
time ago. Yeah,
I was at 9.75.
right. I know.
And that was amazing.
Mine was an FHA loan at 8 3/4 was my first rate, and I can guarantee you that our parents' first rates were
13,
16, 17, right?
Yeah.
We've all become very, very spoiled in the numbers that we see, and we're not using, the common sense, and we're not using the math. And again, it's the math. I cannot convince you to do something that doesn't make sense if the math doesn't make sense. Let us help you. Let us inform you. Let us educate you. Let us do the work for you. It's all free. We're not charging you for a consultation. We're not charging you to talk to you. We're not charging you to put together a game plan. We're not charging you to show you the numbers. But let us do that with you to make sure that you are in the best position for you and for your family. That's really very important. I would say, so we did have Debbie jumped on again. It's an interactive show, guys. We want you to be part of it. When we go live, the only way to know we're going live is number one, get a text message. Number two, if you go to Mortgage Mom Radio on our YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss us. We're going to be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 15 to 20 minutes at a time. So you'd want to make sure that you guys are catching all the good informative stuff. And if you want to ask us questions, you have to watch us live to ask those questions. So we've got Deborah jumps on. She says, did I miss it? Then she jumps on again. You guys are always so informative. So no, Deborah, you did not miss it whatsoever. And we're so happy that you joined us. And I'm happy that you watch. You're one of our regulars. And we really do appreciate that so much. Everybody watching still on right now, please give us a thumbs up on the video. It truly does help the algorithm. If you've never subscribed to the channel, please click on that. That does help us as well. And if you want to know when we go live, if you don't click that bell and turn it to all, you won't know when we've gone live each day. So very important. Anyway, so we're going to call that a show for the week.
Awesome.
This is our, at least for a while, we're going to see how it goes.
Okay.
But this is our last one full hour on YouTube once a week on Wednesday. Starting next Monday, it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be doing about 15 to 20 minutes, different topic each day. And for those
What are we doing next week?
Next week, we're going to do one on ADUs.
Good one.
We're going to do one on ADUs, accessory dwelling units,
Nice.
especially since that's a big deal.
Big
People are
thing.
starting to put those guest homes and detached, accessory
For an
units.
ADU, for those that don't know, it's called an accessory dwelling unit, and it's allowing you to put additional residences, for a better way to put it, on your lawn.
Right.
On your lot.
Collect rent. It's going to be great. So we're going to talk ADUs next week. We're going to talk mortgage insurance. So
Nice.
how does it fall off by itself? How do you get rid of it if your property went up in value? or how do you get rid of it when you pay it down? So we're going to be talking mortgage insurance next week. I had another topic as well I threw out there. I actually emailed it to you guys. I can't remember what it was. But there was a third topic that I thought was really good. Oh,
Stay tuned Monday.
right. Hey, on Monday, I'll know what I'm doing by Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
see, exactly.
anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. We hope it was a good one. We want you guys to follow along. We want you to be part of it. We want you to get your consultation. How do you get your consultation? Give us a call right now. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. You want to spell it?
WELEND, the number 4U.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or go to our website. Go to mortgagemomradio.com. You can book that appointment yourself. Right there, all you got to do is click on the button and pick a day and time that works for you. Send me an email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. I'll get you all booked up. And last but not least, if you guys have the phone app, you can book it right through your phone app. If you want that phone app, text the word MOM to 844-935-3634. That phone app is so beneficial. Affordability calculators, payment calculators, refi calculator, purchase calculator. Listen to YouTube. Listen to the podcast. Contact us by email, call. I mean, literally anything you could possibly need is in that phone app. So text MOM and you'll get that. Text the word MOM to 844-935-3634.
And I was going to say real fast, even if you don't want an appointment this month, but you want it next month, call us. We'll book you next month.
Yeah, absolutely. And they can go to the website. If you go to mortgagemomradio.com, you can book your own appointment and you can book it out as far as you want. So we hope you guys all have a fantastic week. And if you're listening by radio weekend, we hope we have more people start watching us on YouTube. So we're doing it live. You're asking questions and you're interactive. And we'll be back on Monday. We'll see you all then.
Have a great one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.